it out yet or what? I'm Fred Hickman, and now it's time to unveil the greatest arena football game in ESPN Classic's Top 15 countdown. And coming in at number 1 is a title game slugfest between the Tampa Bay Storm and the Iowa Barnstormers with touchdowns galore. Oh, and did I mention that the Barnstormers quarterback is a future Super Bowl MVP by the name of Kurt Warner? After the game, don't miss Russell Athletic ESPN Arena Football Monday, live tonight on ESPN2.
After 4 months and 16 games, it has come down to this. A barn dance in Des Moines, and they are rocking and rolling here at the Veterans Auditorium in Des Moines. The defending champion Tampa Bay Storm against the Iowa Barnstormers. And take a look at how they got here. If you don't believe in the symmetry of seeds, take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, and 4 played last week in the semifinals. And here were the results. Number 1 and number 2 are playing, the two best teams in arena football here tonight in Des Moines. Tampa Bay won the toss and they opted to defer. And so Iowa will receive. See the Arena Bowl experience really on the side of Tampa Bay, but then again, there are a lot of guys on Tampa Bay's team that have not played in the barn. Kirk, what do you think is the deciding factor?
Well, tonight you have a great home field advantage for Iowa. You saw the experience in favor of Tampa Bay, and right now, the way the two teams have played, it's a matter of who gets the breaks early. Last week, Iowa was able to take advantage of some early turnovers by Albany and turn that into 14 points. Turnovers early in this game could be crucial.
George Simonville to kick, and Arena Bowl 10 is underway. Short kick, and Jaycox makes the short hop catch, cuts up the middle, has a little bit of an option, comes to the outside. Cut from behind by Johnny Harris, but an excellent return out to the 18-yard line.
Kurt Warner has put up some great games all season long, and how about his numbers in the postseason? He's completed about 74% of his passes, 600 yards, and he has thrown 12 touchdown passes. He is a tremendous leader out of Northern Iowa. He's really gained more and more confidence as the season has wore on. Like yesterday at a real nice banquet named First Team AFL.
Mark down at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. Ball goes out of the flat to Conley.
What they're going to do is try and spread the ball around. The key tonight for Iowa is protecting Kurt Warner. You have Gary Howe and Tony Ketchens up on the outside along with Bush, who Dave Bush has really been the anchor of the offensive line. But keep in mind, Willis Jaycox outside. If he can't find him, he has two very, very impressive weapons in Chris Spencer and Leonard Conley.
2nd and 5, about the 21-yard line. Conley in motion, gets the ball out in the flat, cuts it field. I believe he has the first down. Tackled out of bounds by Tracy Perkins.
Tampa Bay is going to come with a lot of pressure tonight. They will be blitzing quite a bit with number 42, Cedric McKinnon. You're looking at maybe one of the best defensive lines in arena football this year. And the addition of number 3, Johnny Harris, to that secondary has really stabilized a secondary that was somewhat of a question mark early in the year.
If at home it sounds a little bit like we're on caffeine, trust me, we're not. It's just that it is so loud here. This is how we're having to
the juice is in.
We're excited, absolutely. 1st and 10 across midfield at the 24. Gets the ball once again out to Conley. And Kirk, I have to ask you now, Conley's been the main man of this drive. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, what they have seen in Leonard Conley is he's a player that likes the football in open space. Willis Jaycox last week had some catches. They weren't able to get the ball to him in the end zone. Leonard Conley, Chris Spencer picked up the slack. Leonard Conley, if the name sounds familiar, out of Miami for the Hurricanes, had a great career as a running back, and here they use him at Iowa as a receiver, and also they'll use him occasionally with the ball out of the backfield.
1st and goal now, the ball spotted right on the 10-yard line. Warner with the quarterback draw, able to avoid one tackler. Stevie Thomas was not fooled, but he was not able to bring Warner down. So he gained just a little more than 3 yards.
Kurt Warner is really known as a scrambling quarterback. This is set up. It's almost a quarterback draw coming right at you in your family room. He avoids Stevie Thomas, a block on Cedric McKinnon, and Johnny Harris comes up to make the play. You're going to see all evening long the ability of Kurt Warner to improvise, and sometimes they'll call plays purposely to make him scramble and create. They have that much confidence in his ability.
2nd and goal now down at the 7-yard line. Jaycox in motion right. Gets the ball underneath. Great catch by Conley, but he is absolutely hammered. That play we have seen from Iowa earlier has been successful, but in this case, Tracy Sanders said no, only about a 2-yard gain.
Well, with Tampa Bay defensively, Todd, they're going to do everything in their power to keep the football in front of them until you get inside the 10-yard line. The red zone, they are really going to tighten things up. Iowa going to Stevie Thomas comes in, and also you have the big man, number 88, Lynn Rowland, coming in to finish off the play, but Iowa trying to come up with a trick play here early.
Peculiar mark by the official. Spencer in motion left. It's 3rd and goal at the 8. They give him a loss of 1. Warner throws the ball out, and it's intercepted. Intercepted. Great catch by Tracy Perkins. Spencer trying to run the comeback route. It did not fool Perkins at all. Outstanding coverage.
Well, Todd, that's exactly what Tampa Bay wanted early in this game, is a crucial turnover. Not only to force a field goal attempt, but to come up with a pick. And as Warner drops back, the timing looks to be there. He just threw a little bit late in the flat, and Perkins almost baiting him, hoping he'd throw it away. And in that case, I'm sure Kurt Warner would like to have that ball back, and he wants to throw it a little bit more to the boundary, away from the defender.
In fairness to Warner, not a great route by Spencer. Now George LaFrance in motion left. Gruden gets the ball out, skips it out to him at the 10-yard line. Incomplete.
Jay Gruden has put up some great numbers as well. He has not had that great of numbers in the postseason. You can see he threw 5 interceptions, but Jay Gruden is a tremendous leader. He's one of the toughest guys you'll ever meet, and he likes the contact. He's one of these quarterbacks that likes to get involved, and just when you think he looks like he's hurt, he comes back and makes a great play.
2nd and 10 at the 4-yard line for Gruden. LaFrance in motion left again. Cutting underneath this, LaFrance cuts to the outside, gets it blocked by Stevie Thomas. A flag is down. I'm wondering if maybe he might have hit somebody in the back.
Well, it's a play that Tampa Bay has used all season long to their advantage. It's set up for Thomas to block, and really the block springs George LaFrance down the sideline. We'll see what they come up with. Possible face mask here.
Having a face mask on the defense, number 5, 3-yard penalty, first down.
What was impressive about Stevie Thomas there was he knocked 2 guys off, and that forced a situation where he had to grab the face mask or he might have gone the distance.
You're going to see a lot of that play. Be familiar with Stevie Thomas on a curl from 10. LaFrance will throw to the inside, come back and pick that block up.
1st and 10 at the 18. Gruden has Thomas on the up route. Just overthrows it. Waylon Harding in coverage. But a flag is down.
Have an illegal defense. Number 44 is out of the box. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's very costly, especially considering the fact that Andy Chilka was nowhere near the play.
And he's scooting up a little bit too far inside the line of scrimmage. Came up to make the play on Jay Gruden. Interesting that Iowa's coming with pressure of their own. They want to try and get into the face of Jay Gruden to slow him down. Right now, Tampa moving the ball down the field.
So 1st and 10 for Tampa now at the 23-yard line. Stevie Thomas in high motion right. Gruden with good time gets it to Thomas out on the short corner route. He's hammered out of bounds by Harding, but not before he makes the catch and a first down to about the 12-yard line.
Right now, Tampa Bay lining up, feeling pretty confident in their one-on-one coverage. Stevie Thomas just manned up here. He gets the momentum on the motion. Once he cuts to the outside, the ball is perfectly thrown. It's on time. Harding can't do anything but knock Thomas out of bounds, and Thomas says, first down, move the sticks again.
Stevie Thomas, sometimes referred to as the second banana of George LaFrance, but you can see by those numbers he's anything but. Perkins in motion left. Gruden in the middle of the field gets his tight end rolling for the touchdown, but a flag is down. It appears by the reaction of the Tampa people that it's going to be a defensive penalty, and it is. It appeared that Chris Spencer got fooled on the coverage and grabbed the tight end.
Well, as he comes across, look at Gruden on the drop back. They come with a blitz, and Chris Spencer doesn't have anything to do. I think he was fooled. A little bit of miscommunication in the secondary there. Rowland just showing block and then streak right down vertically up the field for the quick 6.
Chilcott is the one that got in the hold. Of course, Tampa will refuse that. And Simondia, who struggled last week with his extra points, on for the conversion. And it's good. And the very thing that Tampa wanted to do is they wanted to draw first blood to see if they could get the crowd out of the game. After the Perkins interception, that's exactly what they've done. Downtown Des Moines, the state capital of Iowa, where last night, Kirk, you and I were at a banquet. banquet, and it was all Iowa, ex-governors, ex-mayors, everybody hyping people into a frenzy, and I really think that Coach Tim Markham utilized that as motivation for his players.
Well, we all left thinking that Tampa Bay would use that as motivation, and clearly they have come out early in this game ready to play football.
Simidevia's kick is going to be short, and Jaycox is going to catch it on the fly. Good return last time and gets a little bit of an opening. Cuts back, excellent tackle. Kent Wells tackles him down at the 13-yard line. Great open field tackle by the big man.
Big scoring drive here for Tampa Bay, and I think the one thing that was impressive there is the way they just moved the sticks. They got inside the red zone and hit the big play down the middle to Lynn Rowland. A little confusion on Iowa's secondary. They're going to have to make some adjustments. But now Iowa finds themselves in uncharted waters, Todd. Last week up 14-0 early, now down 7-0 in this game at home. Going to have to bounce back.
And I think the touchdown to Rowland shows something else about Tampa. They're pulling out all the stops. They're not much for throwing to their tight ends. Jaycox in motion left on 1st and 10. Ball's underneath to Conley, who makes the catch between two defenders. Gets out near midfield for the first down.
Leonard Conley is a football player that, as I mentioned earlier, they want to get the football in his hands because of his versatility. He can do a lot of things, and you've seen it twice early already, the quick hitter, just to get the ball in that. Once he catches it, he's able to get loose and just find a crease, and he's gone. They're trying to take a chance with that, and that time it worked out perfectly.
Jaycox in motion left, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Warner is going to go down. He is sacked. Ivan Caesar beat Gary Howe on the pass rush and gets to him. Something they absolutely had to do, they felt, was to contain him. Not just sack him, but contain him because of Warner's ability to break outside the rush.
Very unusual that they came from the outside. Ivan Caesar from the right side and Gerald Jeffco came from the left. And once you come from the outside, it's usually a good chance for the quarterback to step up in the pocket. But Tony Jones and Kent Wells are right there. Really nowhere to go for Kurt Warner other than to really submit to the rush of Ivan Caesar.
Of the 5 completions, all of them have been to Leonard Conley. I would think that this would be an opportunity to get the ball to Jaycox. And he does. Out of bounds, just outside the 15-yard line, close to the first down.
Jaycox has had a good postseason as far as numbers of receptions, averaging 9 receptions a game. Here, just coming across the middle, finding the open area in the zone right in front of Johnny Harris, and then once he makes the catch, able to pick up enough for the first down.
1st and 10 just outside the 15-yard line. I mention that because a lot of times the receiver can get distracted if he's doesn't have the ball thrown to him. They need to get the ball in Jaycox's hands. Leonard Conley in motion right. Warner rolls out that direction. Spencer is wide open for the touchdown. A lot of confusion on the part of the defensive backs for Tampa to allow Spencer to be that wide open, Kurt.
This is well designed by Iowa as Kurt Warner rolls to his right. Keep in mind the receiver to the front is Leonard Conley. They've already thrown to him 5 times. All the defenders squeezed up on Conley, allowing Chris Spencer to go clear, untouched to the end zone.
Mike Black on for the conversion. Reserve quarterback Ron Lopez with the hold. Bad snap. Lopez gets it up, as does Black, to tack on the extra point. And so, as you mentioned, uncharted waters. Iowa shows a little fortitude, driving the length of the field to tie it up at 7. Chris Spencer last week had 3 touchdown catches. He starts this evening with another. He has been outstanding. Listen to what his quarterback, Kurt Warner, had to say about him.
Chris Spencer, he's just a great player. I like his height. He does a great job. If the ball's up in the air, he'll go up and get it. He's tough. He's strong. He's gonna get that extra yard. If it's 4th and 1 and you get the ball to him, he's gonna make sure he gets that extra yards. And he punishes the D-back, so it makes those guys want to stay back a little bit and allow us to get the stuff underneath.
And Kurt, at 6'4", 215 pounds, I really thought this guy would be a star in this league, but injuries have really held him back.
Yeah, he has been banged up all season long. You can see the glimmer in the eye of Kurt Warner when he talks about his receivers. He has 3 great wide receivers, and Chris Spencer paid off big time there for him.
Mike Black set to kick off. And that versatility, the ability to go to a number of different receivers could pay dividends for Iowa later on in this game.
They really like to spread the wealth, and that's what they have. They've only hit 3 receivers. What's for them to even spread it out more throughout the game?
Black's kick is deep and right down the middle, but LaFrance is going to get a chance to play it up. Conley hustles down, but the stick is made by Ron Moran inside the 5-yard line.
Had a chance to watch George LaFrance prior to the game when he's trying to test the nets out. He was pumped to come out here and truly show his ability to return kicks, but Ron Moran coming down in a big way at the middle linebacker spot, also covering kicks to slow down George LaFrance.
Let's also mention Leonard Conley after 5 catches so early in the game. He's not tired yet either. No confusion on the offense now. Turner is in motion right for Gruden. The flag is down. He throws it deep to Turner, but it's going to be a souvenir, and you can see him fight for it there in the stands because they get to keep that football. Who got it? It appears that Ivan Caesar might have been caught holding. Instead, they got the motion. Steve Bates was pointing in that direction. He thought Caesar had taken a hold of him, but my guess here is that Iowa wants to let this one go and make it be second down. Is this a big decision?
I think you declined it.
Illegal formation on the defense. Number 22 covered up the tight end. Penalty is refused. Second down.
That's Lawrence Samuels that they called, and of course you know that the official Jack Baker meant offense when he was pointing in that direction.
One thing that's key in arena football are the downs, not so much the yardage. You can make up that yardage in a hurry.
Lonnie Turner in high motion left on 2nd and 10. Gets the ball out to him on a quick hook route out across the 15-yard line. If they give him the motion, I believe he has the first down.
Turner is their fastest wide receiver. You hear a lot about George LaFrance and Stevie Thomas, but Lonnie Turner is their quickest man. You can see that quickness there. Lamont Cooper respecting it, backing off as he really pushed forward. It looks like they're going to give him the first down. Enough to pick up the first down for Lonnie Turner.
Generous spot for Tampa as they set up now first down just inside the 15-yard line. No motion this time. Gruden with a 5-step drop, airs it out deep. He's got Turner there, but in coverage with him stride for stride was Lamar Cooper.
See Cooper kind of smile a little bit. He had a great game last week, able to come up with 2 big interceptions against Albany and Mike Perez. So he's a player with a lot of confidence right now. We talked about how he respected Turner coming off the line of scrimmage. Look at the cushion. Once he realizes he's getting by him, he turns and runs with him, and he's right with him stride for stride. There's no way that ball is getting to number 13.
When Turner started to hand fight, Cooper hand fought back, and he ended up winning. 2nd and 10 now, down to 4 minutes. George LaFrance in motion right. LaFrance with the double move. He gets tripped up, but they're not going to call it. He fooled Carlos James with the double post move, but he did not get the call.
I just happened to be watching those 2 as the play proceeded, and he definitely had Carlos James beaten. It was a matter of the 2 feet got caught up there. LaFrance looking like he wanted some pass interference, but watch the feet. They tangle up right there. And official right there has a great view of it. No call, brings up 3rd and 10.
Now, was it my imagination, but in the slow motion, did that right foot look like it was extended just a little bit? No?
No, he's just a long stride.
All right. 3rd and 10, LaFrance in motion right again. Excellent protection, throws the ball over the middle to Turner. Kind of a wobbly pass, and it's incomplete, which is going to force the long field goal.
That's exactly what Iowa wanted here. They're surprising me with the man-to-man coverage and the ability to get in the face of George LaFrance and also Stevie Thomas and Lonnie Turner. You thought you might see a little bit of combination coverage, but early in this game they're coming with the Mac blitz up the middle and man-to-man on the outside.
This is going to be just short of a 51-yard attempt. Simadevia does have the leg for this. But I think Iowa is anticipating a miss. You can see his percentage on the season, not very good at all. It's going to be way off to the right. In fact, it goes into the stands. Flags are down. That's going to be some great field position for the Barnstormers.
It almost appeared the way he delayed and the way Lonnie Turner released off to the right that they wanted to pooch it off to the right, but obviously not into the stands. Wide of the net.
Now the illegal procedure on the kicking team, number 5, kick outside of the net area. By rule, the ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line.
Well, the 20-yard line. Excellent field position for the Iowa Barnstormers. And when they come back, Warner has been outstanding. 7 of 8. The only miss, the interception.
Inside, I ran with him, but he holding it. Even when I did miss it.
Dalvin Shakur, defensive specialist for the Iowa Barnstormers, discussing some strategy with Carlos James. They frustrated Jay Gruden, that man right there. 3 straight incompletions, and one of the things that Coach Markham stressed to us is that there are times where Gruden can be erratic.
Fear not for Jay Gruden. Time after time I've watched Tampa Bay. He is a quarterback that will bounce back.
1st and 10 going up. Lamar Cooper on height. Motion touches it for the touchdown. From the outset, you could see it. He was going just completely flat out. You knew it was an up pattern. Warner put it right on the money. And Cooper ran right by the defender.
They got a little bit of pressure here on Kurt Warner, but he, again, once you put pressure on him, the blitz with Cedric McKinney, he almost enjoys it. It really doesn't seem to bother him. Cooper got behind Perkins, and he just barely got his feet inbounds for the touchdown, but really credit Kurt Warner for focusing downfield and putting the ball in the numbers, considering the pressure right in his face.
And a pretty good body adjustment on the part of Cooper, turning all the way around to make that catch when you're running full speed. Trust me, although I never had that kind of speed, it's difficult. So Black tacks on the extra point, and now the crowd is very much back into this game.
Back at the barn, I'm with Kurt Warner, the quarterback. Now, Kurt, last week against Albany, it was shorter patterns. This week, you're going a little deeper on Tampa. Are you seeing something that's giving you the deep route?
Well, a little bit. We're such a ball-control team that a lot of people like to sit on us. And, you know, we got to open it up every once in a while. And they're sitting on us a little bit, so we're able to open it up a couple times. And we're just going to keep doing what we got to do.
All right, thanks, Kurt. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike Golick. Kurt Warner started slowly, as you mentioned, with the interception. Since then, he's been absolutely perfect. 8 straight completions.
I'll tell you the thing that impresses me about Kurt Warner so many times for a player who's starting to receive some of the hype. You feel pressure to live up to the hype. Kurt Warner doesn't faze him. He blocks all of that out and continues week after week to play great football.
Black on to kick off, and once again, an excuse for the faithful to get up on their feet. This certainly falls under the heading of home court advantage. Black with another deep kick. Takes a funny hop, and it comes out of bounds. And fortunately for Tampa Bay, the front men of Tampa did a good job keeping the Iowa people away. Otherwise, that could have been a recovery.
Very, very lucky there for Tampa Bay to make that recovery.
First and 10 at the 4-yard line. Stevie Thomas in motion left. Gets the ball underneath to Thomas, and he breaks the tackle. James over to body slam him down at the 20, but not before. A first down for the Storm.
Well, Jay Gruden is like, it's like clockwork. He just continues to go and go. And each time you think he's down, maybe he's not having a good night, he's not seeing his receivers, he will come back. He could throw 3 interceptions and come back and lead his team to a victory. Do not ever count Tampa Bay and Jay Gruden out of any football game.
Well, that's exactly what we saw last week against Arizona. He threw those 3 interceptions, but refused to fold. George LaFrance in motion right. First and 10 at the 20. Gruden with a lot of time, gets it to LaFrance, deep across the field, it's a touchdown! This time, James and LaFrance did not mix up their feet. And on the deep crossing pattern, Gruden threw it right on the money.
They felt very confident that they can beat these guys deep coming into this game. They've already tried it 5 times. Ron Moran, the middle linebacker to the left of your screen, is going to come right through the middle, right through the block of Cedric McKinnon into the quarterback, Jay Gruden's face. Here's the same cut we saw earlier. This time, there's no chance for James to pick up the difference as George LaFrance beats him again to the post. They've tried it 5 times, and here they hit George LaFrance for 6.
Carlos James actually wasn't in atrocious coverage, but his angle to the ball was not so good. Gruden, what a tremendous throw with Moran right in his face. Semidevia's extra point ricochets off, and it's no good. And so the troubles that he had last week against the Arizona Wranglers continue. You see George LaFrance with the touchdown. But unfortunately for Tampa Bay, they could not tack on the extra point. Is that going to be a big deal later on? We'll see. Interesting contrast when you have head coach Tim Markham very sober and the crazies behind him just very animated, trying to do what they can to distract the Tampa Bay Storm. This is a veteran club, though, Kirk. They're not going to rattle.
No, they will not rattle. They will continue to stay in this football game. Tim Markham is very, very confident in his players' ability. Not only is Jay Gruden, but the head coach is, too.
Simidavia set to kick off. This one a little bit deeper will be played off the net to the right, and Jaycox makes a clean catch. Good blocking at the point of attack. Out across the 15 to the 21-yard line. And once again, it's Kent Wells that has to make the tackle. First and 10 for the Barnstormers across the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Leonard Conley in motion left. Lofts the ball out to Chilka, who cannot hold on. Pushed out of bounds by Stevie Thomas into the wall. And Warner took a shot as well.
Warner took a shot, but the big man, Andy Chilcote, really took a shot head first into the boards. Look at that guy. I mean, that's a football player. You're going to see Andy Chilcote, and Ron Moran tonight at that fullback position. There was a lot of pressure there on Kurt Warner, but again, he likes to scramble, but you know, and I understand that is a screen, but Kent Wells came right through there and got to him a little bit early.
Second and 10, Jaycox in motion left. And Wells trying a little bit too quickly, and 3 flags go down.
That's why he's getting in there early.
And I'm surprised there that he didn't get a personal foul for taking a whack at Warner.
Personal foul number 77.
Son, as you said, it's one thing to jump offside. Look at Tim Markham. Not very happy. It's one thing to jump offside, but once he comes through, I mean, look at the shot to Kurt Warner. And I understand defensive players, that's his momentum coming forward, but there was an initial shot there to the head of Kurt Warner.
I think the beat that Markham has is that it was clear that it was offsides. All 3 guys threw it. I think that they changed their mind and decided to tack on the personal foul. That's why Markham's irritated. First and 10 at the 21-yard line. Jaycox in motion left. A lot of pressure. Warner gets it off, but he is absolutely hammered by Cedric McKinnon. Incomplete. Once again, the pass rush for Tampa Bay is enormous. The flag is down.
Iowa's going to have to do a better job of protecting Kurt Warner.
It looked to me like there might have been a chop block on the interior.
We have an illegal chop block on number 65 and 44. 8-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Well, they got both of them. Dave Bush, number 65, and Andy Chilcote, number 44, getting a little bit low on their blocks. Gonna push Iowa back a little bit further. Dave Bush, as we mentioned, they called it on both guys. Chilcote, right to the middle of your screen, right there, right in the middle of the screen. You can see that Chilcote went down low. Bush pushed him over the top, and that's a no-no in any league of football.
I don't think that was necessarily a planned situation. I just think that was a bad decision on the part of Chilcote. Once again, short underneath to Leonard Conley, who's able to maintain his feet. I can't tell you how difficult that is to make the catch and then avoid a tackle. Great athleticism on the part of Leonard Conley.
Not only that, but the way he was going forward with such great momentum, then to make the catch was incredible.
Motion. 80, 87, on two, ready?
Pretty simple call, 87.
See if they can get the ball upfield, more likely to Willis Jaycox or Chris Spencer.
Leonard Conley in motion, a flag is down, gets the ball underneath the Spencer, who makes the catch, fumbles the ball. The ball is going to be picked up by Johnny Harris. He's out across the 20, he's going to be out of bounds across midfield. But we'll see what the flag is.
Iowa motioning that it's going to go against Tampa Bay.
I'm not paying attention to that anymore.
Yeah, that's caught us a couple times.
It has indeed.
Offside on the defense, number 77, 3-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
The first personal foul penalty you thought was a little bit costly, but this is extremely costly. That costs him a turnover.
Big turnover. Bottom of your screen off to the right. Kent Wells right over the center. Just a little bit of a flinch, and the official was right on top of it. Caught him. And I'm sure quarterback Kurt Warner saw it as well as he got the ball upfield to Chris Spencer. Unfortunately for Iowa, Spencer let go of the football.
2nd and 7 now for the Barnstormers, who've been getting breaks here as a result of the miscues by the Storm. Warner gets the ball to Jaycox, who circles back. Perkins able to bring him down by the shirt tail, but not before he gets inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 7.5.
This is just a quarterback and a wide receiver having a great feel for one another. This football is thrown right as soon as he makes the cut. Right there, the ball is in the air, and look how he leads him right to where he wants to go. Now, this is Willis Jaycox coming back. Watch Leonard Conley pick up a block, and he pushed back Johnny Harris. You can't see it in your picture there, but Johnny Harris is a big, big man that he just pushed back without any problem.
Remember, last time they were down here, they really struggled inside the 10-yard line. Interesting to see what the calls will be here. Jaycox in motion, fumbled by Warner. It appeared that he was going to pitch the ball to Chilcott running right, but he couldn't get him the ball. Fortunately, he recovers for a loss of about 1.5 yards.
Sometimes a quarterback on a pitch, they try and pull it out so quick because it's a quick pitch that he can't seat the football. See, the football is not seated there. It's such a quick pitch out to the right to Andy Chilcote that you have to, first of all, get the football and seat it, then get it out there. That time he tried to do it so quickly that it just came loose.
341 on one.
It also appeared that his eyes weren't on it. Ahead, he got him the ball. Looked like there's a pretty good running lane for Chilcott. 2nd and goal, just inside the 9-yard line. Jaycox in motion right. And there's Jaycox, diving catch. What a grab! You saw Johnny Harris go after one of the fans. Here's a situation where the fans are literally right on top of you. Harris lost his cool a little bit there. Nothing you could do. Jaycox laying out with a fabulous catch.
That's asking a lot out of Johnny Harris to make this man-to-man coverage on one of the most dangerous wide receivers in the entire league. Another crossing route, taking advantage of the quickness of Willis Jaycox. And again, quarterback Kurt Warner and Willis Jaycox have a great feel for one another. Put it where only Jaycox can make the catch.
The smattering of boos that you hear in the crowd is the result of the altercation between Harris and the fan. Black now on, hoping to tack on an 8-point lead for the hometown Barnstormers. And he does, but a flag is down.
You mentioned the altercation between a player, Johnny Harris, and the fans. That's one thing. You're on the road, you come into the barn. It's very easy to fall into that game. You've got to keep your attention on the football game and forget about this hostile environment.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Kurt, there are a lot of players here that have not played in the barn. They're not used to this at all. In fact, it's amazing. This is the first time Tampa and Iowa have played.
Illegal outside rush. 20 on the defense. Penalty is refused. Extra point is good.
Johnny Harris now calmed down a little bit as he had a conversation with one of the officials. But as you pointed out, very difficult coverage here. And what a catch by Willis Jaycox to put his team up 21-13. An example of the man who is large and in charge. Right now, Kurt Warner is the man. 21-13. Let's go down to Mike Golan.
Guys, the last series when Tampa Bay had the ball, Tim Markham, head coach, lost his mind because on a sideline route, some of the fans were grabbing the player, trying to pull him out of bounds. Tim Markham loses his mind, comes down to complain, and they're trying to throw him off the field. So he is not a happy man on the sidelines or looking at the scoreboard.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. That certainly gives new meaning to the concept of the 12th man, and certainly the crowd has been a factor here in the first half. Harold Jasper in motion. Warner, same route that they used earlier. This time the ball is thrown a little bit short, but the catch is made out at the 20-yard line by Lamar Cooper.
Boy, if Kurt Warner could have that one back, I think he really would have just led his man, Lamar Cooper, down the sideline. One thing that Kurt Warner's having to deal with is the pressure here setting up, and boom, he gets hit again. Both quarterbacks on the ground quite a bit. That is really why Kurt Warner had to underthrow Lamar Cooper. Both quarterbacks having decent nights. Kurt Warner having a great night. 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Has only missed on 2 passes tonight.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Jasper in motion right this time. Jasper makes the catch, and he stays in bounds. The flag is down. I cannot believe that Warner was able to get that ball off. He had Ivan Caesar hanging all over him.
He had some pressure, and I think, again, he recognized the free play situation with Tampa Bay jumping off sides.
Good call, partner.
You know what? I think Tampa Bay is really on the verge of losing their composure. They really need to regroup, and starting with that man right there, Tim Markham. Forget the officiating, forget the crowd, go out and play football because they have just as much or more talent than Iowa, and there's still a lot of football to be played. You can see the pressure again, but you had a couple of fouls there. You had a MAC linebacker cheating up, and Ivan Caesar, and also there's a little bit of offsides by big number 55, Willie Wyatt.
I concur with you. I think this isn't the point to be jawing with the officials. Just be talking to your team. Jaycox in motion right. Gets the ball underneath. Good coverage on the part of Tracy Sanders, who breaks up the ball intended for Lamar Cooper. Once again, big pressure on Warner.
You know, Kurt Warner's having to get into the habit of throwing off his back foot. We've seen him time in and time out, week after week, throwing off that back foot. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's not good technique, but you can't help it. I mean, he's getting up so much pressure that he's having to rely strictly on his arm, and when you do that, you're not always real accurate. With Kurt Warner's case, he has been tonight.
2nd and 10, Jaycox in motion left. Warner drills the ball underneath, and once again, Jaycox with the diving catch. No, they say the ball hit the ground. Jaycox not arguing the point. Now he does a little bit.
Jaycox coming across on his favorite route, right across the middle. Perfect throw right here, and down and away. Let's see if he gets his hand under. I think that's a good call. Mitchell made a great call there, coming in from the backside to see that football get underneath.
Jim Lapatina with the call right on top of it.
X motion, 80-23, X option, on two, ready?
Big 3rd down play here. X option would seem to indicate Jaycox, wouldn't it?
Let's see if Jaycox has an option to go to the post or the corner, depending on the coverage.
Now, Caesar took off a little bit too soon, but then again, was he offsides or did Steeple move? Let's see what the call is.
Offside, number 34 on the defense, 3-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Referee Jack Baker meant 32 Ivan Caesar, who has really been wreaking havoc at only 6'2", 245. He's been playing some fullback this year. Now they want him to pass rush constantly. They have him playing offensive and defensive line.
Well, Caesar's such a great athlete. They feel at 6'2", 245 pounds, he can play fullback, he can play your MAC backer, and you also can put him out on the end where he can get you a good pass rush. They're jumping a little bit early. Tampa, great situation here, has a chance to force Iowa to a field goal. Let's see what they can do defensively.
Cooper in motion right, 3rd and 7. Good protection, thrown underneath. Once again, good coverage by the secondary of Tampa. big defensive stop, as you pointed out, Kurt.
Kurt Warner not real happy, and I think he's pointing to Lamar Cooper, his wide receiver. I think they were maybe on different wavelengths there as far as what he wanted in his route. You can see him waiting for Lamar to come over after the field goal, but boy, he really appeared to have a chance there. He had protection to make the throw.
This is going to be about a 31-yard attempt for Mike Black. Pretty good percentage this season. You see he has the leg. Snap is good and the hold is down. And the kick is no good. It's off to the left. And so the ebb and flow of this game in the first half now comes to Tampa with a great defensive stop. Iowa had a chance for a bit of a knockout punch or at least a TKO. They couldn't deliver it. Tampa Bay with the ball when we come back.
One thing about the crowd that surprised me tonight, Tampa Bay, a team that when they play at their home building, the Thunderdome, it's such a big building and they bring in great crowds, but the noise, the volume, of the capacity of this crowd has been tremendous. I thought it might key up Tampa Bay. Instead, it's worked against them because they're getting involved in the crowd too much.
First and 10 at the 4-yard line. Terrible throw out to McKinnon, wide open in the flat. Gruden just didn't deliver the ball. Pretty good pass rush by Matt Eller, but still, that's a throw he should have made.
Todd, that's just concentration by Jay Gruden. You could see him kind of smiling a little bit, and that's kind of a sarcastic smile by Gruden, rolling to the right, just off the nice. It looks like he may have gotten a hand on it, Eller, but again, that's a ball that Jay Gruden knows he should have completed.
Second and 10 at the 5-yard line. Stevie Thomas in motion right, drills the ball out to Thomas, cuts back to the middle of the field and gets down at the 15-yard line for the first down. Once again, Jay Gruden knocked down, this time by Steve Houghton.
Well, that was a perfect example of Jay Gruden. That time, did you see how he attacked? Watch how he drops back and throws the football. We'll see if you can get a different angle here. Throwing the ball out to Thomas, but as he threw it, he attacked it. He really let the football go, stepping and firing, rather than just kind of throwing the ball out as you saw previously. That was well done by Jay Gruden.
Total yards, you can see Iowa up in that category. LaFrance in motion left, stops. Gruden fading back to buy time, throws it forward. Everybody is screaming for intentional grounding. But Jack Baker says no, incomplete. Steve Houghton is having a tremendous game.
Todd, they cannot handle Steve Houghton tonight. He has been coming from every single angle. And it's a good job of the stunt coming in with Ron Moran on the blitz, but he gets right around number 88, Lynn Rowland. And again, Steve Houghton has had a night to remember here in ArenaBowl 10.
Out of that football factory known as Ferris State.
Look at him, 6'3", 275 pounds, seeing if he can get another angle to get in there to get pressure on Gruden.
Second and 10 at the 15. LaFrance in motion left. More time this time. He's got the deep ball with Stevie Thomas. He makes the catch. He's in for the touchdown, but a flag is down.
There's a penalty flag down.
The flag would seem to be in the vicinity of the defense, and so the touchdown is going to stand, I do believe.
We have an illegal defense. Penalty is refused. Touchdown.
How about Stevie Thomas's ability to get down the field? Keep in mind, he is one of the biggest receivers that you will see in all of arena football at 6'2", 205 pounds, gets right behind Lamar Cooper, who's got tremendous speed and has enough concentration to find that stick and get into the end zone for a touchdown and put his team right back into this football game.
Well, Tampa Bay is not trusting Simon DeVilla anymore, basically. They are down by 2. Are you surprised to see it this early?
Not at all. The way Simon DeVilla has hurt them in the last couple of weeks, you got to go for 2 here to get your team even.
LaFrance in motion right. Gruden rolls right. Throws back and pins the ground, and he's got LaFrance in the back of the end zone. Harold Jasper looked like for a minute he was going to get a piece of that, but he couldn't quite get high enough, and LaFrance gets the 2-point conversion.
You know, sometimes you watch Tampa Bay and you say to yourself, I think they like to get behind. They almost like to get fired up as they get down early in the game. They always seem to fight back.
No big surprise that George LaFrance and Stevie Thomas have been doing it for that man, Tim Markham. Jim Barkham had something to say regarding Stevie Thomas and his great ability to make the big play.
Stevie Thomas is a big play guy who, I remember 91, he made 2 big plays to beat the Detroit Drive. I was on the other side of the field. Last year put us in the final game with an unbelievable kick return. Just a big play. When we need the big play, that's who we go to, number 20.
Stevie Thomas, 4 receptions, 76 yards, and a big touchdown there to put his football team right back in this game with the 2-point conversion. We're tied up at 21.
His contributions, Kirk, have not just been on offense. Remember last week, beginning the second half, he made that interception for a touchdown to turn the game around against the Wranglers. Short kick, Jaycox, once again, great field position for Iowa as he gets across the 15-yard line. The kicking game, certainly the favorite, tilts Iowa at this point.
And before it's all said and done, I'm sure it'll come into play as far as who your champion will be tonight. Simonavia's really got to block out last week and early in this game, come back and get his confidence going again.
Stay with us at halftime. Jason Jackson will give you all the information regarding the Mets change at manager, U.S. Open upset, and of course, the usual highlights from Major League Baseball. First and 10 just outside the 15-yard line. Jasper in high motion right. How he stopped, a little bit confused. Now Jaycox goes in motion. Warner throws across, gets Jaycox the ball. A flag is down at the 13-yard line. It appears that it's going to be holding against Dave Bush.
Well, anytime that umpire throws it right in that vicinity, you have a pretty good idea. They're going to send them back here after the completion.
Holding 65 on the offense. At the distance. Repeat first down.
Dave Bush right in the middle of your screen, and John Gregory's not very happy with the official. Right to the middle of your screen here, the center, as he gets beat by Kent Wells, he takes him down. It's a heck of a takedown in wrestling.
I don't think Coach Gregory has anything to beef about. Now, the clock running at 45 seconds, both teams have all of their remaining timeouts. Warner is going to get picked off by Stevie Thomas. He's in for the touchdown. Just like last week against the Wranglers, Stevie Thomas at 6'2" hides a little bit at that Jill linebacker. Certainly Warner didn't see him.
Well, this time Stevie Thomas is waiting, or not waiting. Last week he waited rather for the second half. This time he makes the big play back-to-back with the touchdown reception. And here just kind of hiding in there. And as he tries to go across the middle there to Lamont Cooper, Thomas goes up, makes the catch, and walks into the end zone for the go-ahead score.
Simonavic on for the extra point. And he's able to sneak that one through. Well, that's 15 unanswered points for the Tampa Bay Storm, and it just goes to show how things could change. We talked about a knockout punch. Not so. Tampa Bay back up by 7. Sudden change of events here in the barn. Just as it looked like Iowa might have a blowout, suddenly Tampa comes back with 2 touchdowns of their own, in addition to 2-point conversion. And that man, Kurt Warner, all of a sudden is struggling.
Well, he will bounce back. It's been his characteristic all season long to bounce back. He's had a lot of pressure. You see the hurries, maybe not a lot of sacks, but they've been in his face all evening long. But what did we say early in the game about Tampa Bay when they got down? Jay Gruden and this Tampa Bay Storm team, they continue to fight back and stay in football games until they get the lead.
Jaycox makes the catch off the net. Once again, excellent field position, and is out beyond the 20-yard line to the 22. 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Barnstormers, who very much need to score here to get a little momentum back going into the half. Cooper in motion left. Warner gets the ball underneath to Conley, who was absolutely hammered by Tracy Sanders. Because he didn't get the first down, Warner calls the timeout. If you heard it, you heard him call timeout. It must have cost him about 4 seconds running up to the official.
What do you want? Looks like zone there. About 8 X cross. Okay.
That one hard.
Fellas.
Pretty conciliatory, that coach, when he said what he wanted, huh? don't see that often, coaches being that willing to just accept what the quarterback wants.
I think that's played a big part in why Kurt Warner's had such a great year. He has confidence in his coach has confidence in him. And I think it really, as a quarterback, it makes you relax to realize the coach has so much confidence in you.
Try to get there as quick as you can.
Well, the other thing, too, is that you know that you're in charge on the field. A lot of times, if you're just an automaton, you're not going to be as into the game mentally as you might. As a quarterback, you know that.
Let's go, fellas. Come on. Not too time. Even the free.
Kurt Warner over the last couple, you see the timeout situation.
Slow, sir. 88, X cross, on one.
Look for Willis Jaycox coming across the middle here. It's a route that he has had a lot of success with. See if they can squeeze it into him.
Jaycox in motion left, and there's the cross, and there's the ball. He doesn't quite get into the end zone. He's down at the 1-yard line. And they spend another timeout with 15 seconds remaining.
I think now we know why John Gregory feels very confident in his quarterback, Kurt Warner. Warner comes over, tells him to play once, comes out and hits it exactly where he wants to, puts him inside the 1-yard line. And again, you go back to the confidence of Warner. He put that football right where it had to be, right in between the 8 and the 5 on Willis Jaycox.
Interesting decision-making here, simply because of that with 15 seconds and 1 timeout. Let's see if they run the ball.
Come on, fellas.
Still have that.
Give me goal line. Goal line. Goal line. Plunge. You know what I was saying to you that one time? Walking under the guy went in motion. You get sent it. Hey, if we don't get it, then the
Is there a consideration, Kurt, in this right here with 15 seconds remaining to maybe use the 2 plays and get in? Or do you just say, hey, we got to score the touchdown, don't worry about the time remaining?
Well, I think with it still a timeout remaining, you take your 2 best plays inside the 5-yard line right here. Again, with 15 seconds, that you can at least get 2 plays off here and then maybe use your timeout after that.
2 pretty studly fullbacks. In this case, it's going to be Ron Moran. Bootleg by Warner, batted down, incomplete. Johnny Harris actually had a pretty good opportunity for a pick there, and I'm really surprised at that call, Kurt.
Wow, he slipped out to the outside. It looked like he might have been able to run it in with his ability to scramble with the football. And I think he knew right away that he wanted to get rid of that football quickly. Comes off the trap act, the play action. Now, right now, he gets rid of the football. I'll tell you, number 3, Johnny Harris makes that play. He's gone the distance for another score.
Well, Warner just shot-putted that ball.
I agree with you with the big fullback. Spread him out and run the big man.
Second and goal at the 12, at the 2-yard, or the 1 rather, with 12 seconds remaining, and that's exactly what they did. And Moran is able to punch it in for the score. Souvenir for the fans, but I find it interesting that the cheers right now are tentative. They know that they're in a ball game.
Coming right up the middle, they spread them out, real wide splits, and made it very easy for Ron Moran to find a hole to squeeze into. Ron Moran and Andy Chilcote, we mentioned, are their big fullbacks, and when you're inside that 1-yard line, you've got to take advantage of them.
Mike Black on to tie it up. Lopez gets the hold down, and the kick is good. And so, strangely enough, we talk about that one missed play, that did bleed a little time off the clock. And now with the kickoff, if they get the kind of coverage that they've had before, that could actually turn out to be a pretty good move.
Well, yeah, that 9 seconds remaining, you figure they'll get one more playoff for Tampa Bay. Again, look at the splits and look at the hole Thomas tries to fill as the wheel linebacker, but Moran got too low and drove into the line of scrimmage for the score. He knew exactly. He's been planning this all week long. He gets a score. He's going up to the top row. He almost reached the top of the barn there with that throw.
They opted to match up Moran with Stevie Thomas, 6'3", 250 versus 6'2", 205. And really, that isn't a matchup. Stevie Thomas can play the Jill linebacker in coverage, but not necessarily Phil.
Not when that's coming through the middle.
Well, the score is now tied up at 28, and with 9 seconds remaining, the shift now is to Markham and Gruden as to what they're going to do, as to whether or not they're going to get into field goal position but that's an issue where they might go up top and go for a big one.
Depending on where their field position will be after this kick will really dictate the play calling of Timmy Markham.
Here comes Black's kick. And it's a deep one. It ricochets down the middle. LaFrance is going to play it out of the end zone. A flag is down. 2 flags go down. And I believe that Leonard Conley was in a little bit too quick.
Have a violation of the 5-yard line by the kicking team, number 20. 3-yard penalty, first down.
As we pointed out, Leonard Conley broke through. He couldn't get through where he needed to, or he needed to wait at the goal line. He did not. And as a result, that's an extra 3 yards now for Tampa. We'll see as to whether or not that's a big deal. Howe gets down at Gruden's feet, incomplete. Gary Howe with a big rush on Gruden, and now with 5 seconds remaining. That is a big man.
Look at big Gary Howe coming right. He is a force when it comes to the pass rush out of Colorado, right into the knees of Jay Gruden. And as a quarterback, that is very, very tough to step and throw, especially when a 300-pounder is diving at your knees. They've never trailed in 3 Arena Bowls, and it doesn't appear that they will be trailing in this game.
LaFrance in high motion right. Gruden throws out into the flat to Worthman, but the half is going to run out. Worthman made the catch, but could not break the tackle of Lamar Cooper, and as a result, we are knotted up at halftime. Well, this is the best field position that Tampa Bay has had thus far. It seems like every time we're talking about them, they've been inside the 5-yard line. Now they start at the 9. Lonnie Turner in motion right. Pitch out running play. First time in the game for Tampa Bay. That's Tony Jones, the fullback, who gets out to about the 13.5-yard line. A gain of a little more than 4.
One thing I think that Iowa is going to have to try and overcome the turnovers that they have had. They have been able to get inside that 10-yard line. Tampa Bay's defense is playing exactly the way they want when it comes to creating a turnover and making Iowa earn their score inside that 10-yard line. You're looking at a game now that is tied. Jay Gruden starting to really come alive for Tampa Bay.
2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line. Lonnie Turner in high motion left. Short drop, gets the ball out to Samuels, who makes a fake on Shakur. And I don't know why that fake would work, because Shakur had him pinned to the sidelines and said he bought into it, and that enabled Samuels to get some extra yardage.
I think Samuels was kind of fooling himself there. He was looking over, talking to Calvin Shakur after the fake. Looked like they got a little bit of pressure. Bates got in there, rolled up on Jay Gruden, but look at that fake. He got him up, got him almost to lose his feet, but he ended up picking up another 8 yards after the initial fake. Nice move by Lawrence Samuels.
Was indeed. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Lonnie Turner in motion right. 3 wide receivers to the one side. Gruden with the screen pass over to Ivan Caesar. Nobody is over there. Jasper does not make the tackle, does not get him out of bounds. It's a touchdown for the Tampa Bay Storm.
Touchdown, Ivan Caesar catches the pass with
It looked for all the world as if Harold Jasper would at least shove him out of bounds. But for some reason, the Iowa defense went numb on that particular play. And give Ivan Caesar some credit. He burst up the field.
Ivan Caesar to the far right of your screen is just going to hold on to Matt Eller, then leak out. And now all of a sudden there's nobody out there but Kent Wells to pick up the block. He gave a little bit of a juke there. And I don't think Harold Jasper wanted anything to do with Ivan Caesar as Caesar was trucking down the sidelines. And the big man at 6'2", 245 pounds.
And Carlos James made a bad decision trying to go inside of the blocker. And so after 2 straight interceptions, Tampa Bay is the one to draw first blood here in the second half.
We're back here at the barn in Des Moines with the man who started it all, Jim Foster. And with this drawing 10 years ago, did you ever think or envision that it would turn to this?
Well, it's really exciting to be here tonight in my home state to bring this back to Iowa. You know, I grew up here and was away for a long number of years with the NFL, the USFL, and then doing arena football in Chicago. But these people love it here. This is the Green Bay of arena football, and it's a great game. I think the people who are watching tonight got to be loving it because it's wild to be here. And hopefully we can pull this one out, but Tampa's got a heck of a ball club.
All right, let's go up for the kickoff, and then we'll come back with Jim.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mike. George Simadevilla on the kickoff. Jim Foster, what a vision. Played off the left net. Jaycox takes it on a bounce. Breaks the tackle of Lonnie Turner. Cuts outside, but he is going to be dropped by Gerald Jeffcoat. Let's go back down to Mike Golick. Mike.
Guys, we've got the original helmets, the Chicago Bruisers, and the Denver Dynamite. The first ArenaBowl. One of the coaches was a coach of Denver.
That's right. Tim Markham coached the first champion, the Denver Dynamite, in 1987. Obviously, Tim's been with it a long time, been a good coach in this league. So it's a challenge to go up against him and try to beat him. He's had a lot of experience and a lot of wins.
Jim, thanks a lot. 10 years, looking for a lot more. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. That's right. 10th anniversary, a lot of history here in arena football. Jaycox in motion up the middle. He gets the trap play, but that goes absolutely nowhere as Tony Jones nails him for maybe about a 2-yard gain.
A little bit of a surprise there to see Willis Jaycox running the trap. Usually you're going to see Ron Moran or Andy Chilcote, but here electing to go with Willis Jaycox, and see 8 possessions, 4 touchdowns, and 3 big turnovers for the Iowa Barnstormers. And really, the 3 turnovers is what's kept Tampa Bay in this game.
Well, if you and I have done this before, we're trying to judge body English. As you take a look at Iowa, they're dragging a little bit. Warner needs a big play. Drills the ball underneath, and the catch is made by Harold Jasper out at about the 12-yard line, but that's going to set up another big 3rd down.
Just when you and I, all season long, we try and read the body motions, and whenever we think, oh, this team looks down, that team seems to catch fire. See if Iowa can hold to that form, because they are right now faced in a pretty interesting situation at 3rd down, deep in their own territory.
On two.
Once again, with the 5:54, it would appear that they're going to try to get the hook pattern to either Cooper or Jaycox. Cooper in high motion left. Throws the ball out. Cooper makes the catch. He's hammered out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, but that's going to be enough for the 1st down. Interesting gloves.
Yeah, a little different. He's only got one on in the left hand. I mean, this is a situation where we had said that Iowa, they're going to go to right about where the sticks are and make a turn either to the inside or to the outside, just enough to pick up the 1st down. And that time, number 27, Tracy Sanders, who was on coverage, did cheat up a little bit. And you could see as soon as Cooper made the catch, it was bang, bang, and Cooper was able to hold on to the ball.
There's going to be a big play out of that sooner or later. Cooper in motion right. Warner, the ball is tipped, but Cooper is able to make the catch. Tracy Sanders, I thought, was going to be able to break that pass up because it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but Cooper had enough of a cushion that enabled him to come back and make the catch.
Well, coming into these first 2 playoff games, he had only caught 2 passes in both games, 2 combined. Well, tonight he's really having a night. Coming across the middle, Sanders giving him plenty of room because of the speed of Lamont Cooper. Cooper showing the ability to really concentrate and make some good clutch catches tonight.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Jasper with the high motion right. Warner with the quarterback drop, and absolutely unfooled was Terry Buford.
Buford there just beat his man very right at the line of scrimmage. You're going to see him get right around Houghton. Once he does that, again, Warner, who is a quarterback that can move around, has nowhere to go, but Buford has had his work cut out for him tonight, going up against a big man in number 53, Steve Houghton.
And Iowa has had its work cut out for them inside what I guess you would call the red zone here in arena football. They really have struggled trying to get the ball in the end zone. Now 2nd and 12. Warner, what a play by Harris. Man for man with Jaycox. It appeared that Jaycox had him beat by a step, but the 6'2" frame enabled him to lay out and bat that one down.
You know, last night we're at the banquet for the arena football for all the awards, and I happen to be sitting right next to Barry Wagner. Watch his ball. Again, it's been working all night. This time Harris on it. Happened to be sitting right next to Barry Wagner, who's been the man for this league for a number of years. And he said that Johnny Harris is the premier defensive back in this league. He said that Harris has the size to match up with some of the big wide receivers, and also he has such great quickness. He said number 3 is the best defensive back by far.
Jaycox in motion, 3rd down. Warner trying to buy some time, and he's not going to be able to do it. Great pursuit on the part of Tony Jones, who was relentless in trying to get to Warner, and that is going to force a field goal by the Barnstormers.
Here is a classic case of they're going to bring the blitz at Tony Jones, but look at the coverage downfield. There's nobody for him to throw the football to. That is outstanding coverage by Tampa Bay, and Tony Jones finally, good protection there, finally able to get there to Kurt Warner and bring him down.
32-yard field goal attempt by Mike Black. You can see he missed earlier at 31 yards. Snap is high, but Lopez gets it down, and the kick by Black is good. And so with 3 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Mike Black gets 4 points on the board for Iowa, but they trail by 4. Coach John Gergely not very happy with the officials. He's out there screaming. It seems to be a situation where both coaches are doing a lot of John, Kurt.
Well, yeah, both coaches obviously want to win this football game. Tim Markham has been very animated. That time after his team able to hold Iowa to a field goal, I tell you what, he is excited about his situation right now going into the 4th quarter. Still had 3 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, but he is very, very animated and trying to get his team ready to play this 4th quarter.
At times it seems as if Tim Markham is battling all 11,411.
Since he's been in town, you can tell that we talked about it earlier. He has used this to really rally his team, and you have seen it work to his advantage tonight in getting his team ready to play.
Black's kick is deep, played off the net by LaFrance. This will be the best return of the night for LaFrance. And Black is able to knock him down at the 23-yard line as the horn sounds to the end of the 3rd quarter. Up to this point, Tampa Bay has really struggled in the kicking game, but you knew they couldn't hold down LaFrance for long. Mike Black is able to come in with a touchdown-saving tackle, but there's going to be a little bit of momentum for Tampa as we come back at the end of the 3rd quarter. The Storm up by 4. Well, they're not all Iowa fans here in Des Moines. You can see some very rabid Tampa Bay people have made the trip here to the state capital of Iowa to root on their team that has won 3 of the last 5 Arena Bowls.
It's about 20 of them up there.
George LaFrance in motion left as Tampa has its best field position of the night. Gruden gets the ball out to Stevie Thomas, and he is ridden out of bounds by Harding after a gain of about 7.
You see, I don't blame Stevie Thomas for that. And Tim Markham touched on that going in. And I understand it, as I made the point earlier, that these players need to just focus on the game and block out the interference of the fans. But right there, he gets pushed out of bounds. This is a really tight, confined area. He gets pushed out of bounds, and a fan hits him on the shoulder pad. And whether it hurts you or not, it's not the point. The fans don't need to be hitting the opponents, the players.
2nd and 2, LaFrance in motion left. Pitch out, McKinnon is on the sweep. And he is tripped up by Andy Chilcott as he gets just across the 15-yard line. He's going to be just a little bit short of the 1st down. The 2nd run of the night for the Tampa Bay Storm.
Say Steve Bates, who they just picked up this week, number 92 for Iowa, has had a good night, and considering he has just been able to come in and learn this system in 1 week. John Gregory is very familiar with Steve. He's a player that played in the CFL. They were able to pick him up. They've been trying to get him all season long, and just able this week to land him. And he is, again, considering he's not familiar with this type of football, has made some nice plays.
Shows how much fun this league can be when you've got a guy who basically comes in and plays in your championship game. Somehow I can't envision the idea that, hey, let's pick up Kirk Herbstreit for our Super Bowl game.
Right.
You know, in the middle of that 2-week thing. Let's bring in Herbstreit. He'll back up and hold for a kick.
Well, I mean, this is a player that, I mean, athletically, he's very, very gifted. He's able to, on that last play, just get to the outside, keep the ball inside of him, and allow the linebackers to come and fill the hole. And that's really his job as a defensive end. And whether, no matter what league of football you're playing, that's your job.
Rip, Stevie, 42 ISO on 2. Ready?
42 ISO is the call. Tampa Bay 1 for 3, as you can see, on 3rd down. Thomas is going to get the handoff, and it looked for a minute as if Gary Howe had made enough penetration to trip him up. And he follows behind his right tackle, and Thomas is able to get the first down at the 13-yard line.
Gary Howe may not look like one of the quickest players on the interior line, but he really is. They say his first step is really something that to take a look at because of his great size, and he almost got to Jay Gruden because of the motion by Thomas. It took a little bit longer to get him the ball.
Give Cedric McKinnon credit for hanging with that block on Leonard Conley that enabled Stevie Thomas to get the first down. 13-yard line, George LaFrance in motion left. Bates gets off a little bit quick, and he is going to tackle Gruden. Flags are down. Now, Tim Markham went out and screamed at the official, and I think he wants to ask and see if he's going to get the personal foul, too. See if turnabout is fair play. This game has to have been tough for quarterbacks because of the noise, Kirk.
Well, the noise and the pressure. I mean, both quarterbacks have been running for their lives tonight.
Offsides, 92 on the defense, 3-yard penalty.
Simple offsides call rather than it looked like Bates may have gotten to his head. Watch Bates to the far left here. He's going to get off a little bit early. And then once he gets in there, the pressure he puts on Jay Gruden, the big question mark whether or not he came with the left hand to hit the head of Jay Gruden, but they say no.
Go!
1st and 7 now at the 10-yard line. LaFrance in motion left, but they pitch to McKinnon and go to the other side. Iowa isn't fooled, and Chilcott, along with Conley, come over and make the stop after about a 2-3-yard gain.
How about Leonard Conley getting in there and making a play? I mean, he is, we've been talking about him all evening long on both sides of the football. 5'8", 180 pounds. Used to being on the offensive side, but he loves playing defense. It's a will linebacker, not afraid to get in there and take a shot at Cedric McKinnon at 6'2", 245.
Well, he is certainly a hitter. Second and 4 at the 7. Gruden with the 3-step drop, throws it deep to Stevie Thomas, who makes the catch for the touchdown. And Carlos James is livid, but quite frankly, he's got to be mad at himself. With that particular area, I can't believe that he couldn't use the sidelines as at least a little bit of a buffer and to force Thomas out.
Well, there's still a lot of football to be played in this game right now, but you're starting to see the professionalism of Tampa Bay under pressure and coming through and making plays. Here, Jay Gruden putting the ball up and over Carlos James, and James not real happy about it, starting to kind of pound around a little bit and stomp his feet. He's got to make the play defensively and bat that ball away.
Gruden gets the ball down for Simadevia, who is able to put the conversion on his 5th touchdown pass, which ties the ArenaBowl record that he himself set back in 1991.
Welcome back to the barn in Des Moines, Iowa for ArenaBowl 10, where Tim Markham and his Tampa Bay Storm have opened up a 42-31 lead. With me now from the Albany Firebirds, the Arena Football Offensive Player of the Year, Eddie Brown. And Eddie, you played against both these teams. You had over 130 yards against Tampa Bay. Iowa last week shut you down pretty good. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, I think it's a chess match between the two coaches. They're both doing a lot of things of making changes as the game is developing. So I think it's a big chess game. Whoever makes the best move in the end is going to win this football game.
All right, Eddie, congratulations on the award. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Eddie Brown, 51 touchdowns this season, an ArenaBowl record. Simadevia with a deep kick that goes into the stands, and so it will be a touchback. And once again, the pressure falls on the shoulders of Kurt Warner 21 of 32, 232 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 3 very costly interceptions.
Yeah, 3 big interceptions. Kurt Warner needs to forget about everything. Forget about the interceptions, the touchdowns, and just go out there, which he has done all year long, and make plays.
S motion, 70, 81. Set, ready?
First and 10 at the 5-yard line. Conley in motion. He gets the ball out to Spencer. Sanders greets him, and once again he fumbles, but this time he's able to come up with it. I have to ask you, Kirk, that's the 3rd fumble that he has had today. Is this nerves this late in the game?
I don't think it's nerves for Spencer. He's had injuries all season long. Last week he had some ribs that were really bothering him. He was able to finish the game, and it was really questionable whether or not he should have finished the game, but he did come up with some clutch catches and great plays on defense here. Just trying to make some things happen. I don't think he's nervous, but he's very fortunate there to get that football back.
2nd and 4 with Conley in motion. Warner buys some time, gets the ball to him across the field. He makes the catch. Johnny Harris drops him at the 15-yard line. Warner's the one that made that play. A lot of pressure coming from Rowland, able to buy some time and get him the ball.
That's a mismatch. Leonard Conley, if you get time here with Leonard Conley going up against Johnny Harris, you should hit that 9 times out of 10. We mentioned the ability of Harris, but he's a big guy. To be able to get in there and try and cover Leonard Conley is a tough. Look how much room he has there. And it's just a matter of the quarterback, Kurt Warner, finding enough time, collecting his feet, and getting the ball out to Leonard Conley. Harris is lucky he made that hit. And Conley walks into the end zone for a score.
Less than 10 minutes remaining in the game. Jaycox in motion left on 1st and 10 at the 15. They throw the ball underneath to Conley, who with his great speed gets inside the 5 down to about the 4-yard line.
You got to love Leonard Conley's attitude. Just watch the way he plays this game. It makes you want to go out there and do it. I mean, he plays on both sides. Here, taking a quick hitter again. Look at him lower the shoulder on Perkins. He's taking on Harris and Stevie Thomas, and he's quick to get up and get back into the huddle. You got to cheer for a guy like Leonard Conley. Love to see it.
That was the 10th catch for Leonard Conley in this game, and coming in, if you'd have told me that, I'd have told you you were nuts. Rolling left is Warner trying to buy time. He throws it up, and lucky for him, it gets tipped into the stands. The kind of backhanded toss can be very dangerous, but I got to tell you, I'm surprised at that at all at the 4-yard line, as well as the fullbacks are running. Why not get them the ball?
Yeah, this is somewhere where, Todd, we have documented that Iowa has struggled, and it's what Tampa Bay wants. We mentioned the cushions by the secondary. They get him inside the 5. They get him inside the 10-yard line. It is exactly what Tampa Bay wants to do. Make them earn it in here. There he's basically flipping it away, just throwing the football away. That is legal, what he did there. But this is where Iowa has to, if they want a championship, this is where they have to earn it, inside this 5-yard line.
Spencer in motion left. Warner waiting on him. He comes back and makes the catch. Touchdown. You have been commenting to the fact that at some point that 6'4", 215-pound frame was going to pay dividends for the Barnstormers. Well, it did right there.
Here's simple case of getting the football to Chris Spencer. Top of your screen, look at him chuck Tracy Sanders. Now Sanders doesn't know the ball's in the air. By the time he realizes, tries to get his left arm in there, it's already in there, caught by Spencer as he spikes it as he falls down.
Black on for the conversion, and it is good. And so with 7:44 remaining in the game, the Ohio Barnstormers have given their crowd a chance to cheer. Down by 4 once again. Welcome back to Des Moines along with the Village people. I am Todd Christensen along with Kirk Herbstreit. The crowd is rocking, trying to spur their team on to victory. But a lot of credit has to go to this Tampa Bay Storm. They have weathered the storm, so to speak, with regards to the fans in a hostile arena.
At this point they have. LaFrance trying to see if he can just turn one loose. He's come very close on the one where Mike Black made a nice stop in preventing him from the score, but LaFrance really prides himself on being a dangerous return man.
Remember last year against the Orlando Predators in ArenaBowl 9, it was LaFrance's kickoff return against those Predators that iced the game. Here comes Black's kick. It's deep and down the middle. It bounces in. LaFrance is going to take a shot at it. But Conley, who has been all over the field all night long, says absolutely not. The best. A flag is down. Now, once again, it could be that someone broke the plane.
Number 28 on the kicking team. Inside the 5-yard belt. 3-yard penalty, first down.
Ronnie Turner in motion right. First down at the 8-yard line. Gruden gets him the ball on the short hook route, and the speedster is able to get forward as a result of a block by Stevie Thomas on Carlos James, out of bounds, just short of midfield.
Boy, does he have fresh legs. I mean, he comes into the game, and you can just tell he's about to explode. They try the play that George LaFrance and Stevie Thomas have made very, very familiar here at Tampa Bay, getting it to LaFrance, but here they get it to Turner, picking up a great block by Stevie Thomas, getting to the outside.
As we mentioned earlier, ties an ArenaBowl record that he had already set some 5 years ago. First and 10 at the 24-yard line. LaFrance in motion left. Pitch out to Jones. Absolutely not fooled. Coming up is Calvin Shakur to make the initial stop. And then Matthew Steeple comes in to finish him off.
And I'm not sure there if that might have been a check with me at the line of scrimmage. Tim Markham was not real happy with Jay Gruden after that play, and he may have checked to a play that they couldn't block because there was nobody there to stop Calvin Shakur.
Second and 11 now, just outside the 23-yard line. Stevie Thomas in motion at the top of your screen. Gruden with a lot of time to throw, gets the ball to Thomas and just overthrows it. One thing that's a big deal right now, Kirk, is the pass rush that was so prominent in the second quarter for Iowa seems to have disappeared. They cannot afford the luxury of getting Gruden all that time to throw.
Tampa Bay is controlling the line of scrimmage at this point. I'll tell you what's interesting about Tim Markham and his style. He loves to turn his defensive linemen into offensive linemen. He thinks they can learn that a little bit better. Thomas had Waylon Harding beat to the corner. It's just a matter of, he came right across, didn't make a fancy move. He just trying to outrun him. The ball's on the money. Thomas would have had another touchdown tonight.
Third and 11 for Jay Gruden in the Tampa Bay Storm. Turner in motion right. Gruden once again with all sorts of time, lobs the ball to LaFrance. It's broken up, incomplete. It appeared the crowd might have got a piece of it.
LaFrance was arguing after. He's just kind of running away from Shakur, waiting for it to make the catch. Look at the fan. Touched the football right there. The ball was touched, enabling Iowa to come away with the defend, but really, they got a good beat. Tampa Bay had an argument there. Fan interference.
42-yard attempt by Simon DeVilla. Plenty of leg, but it's going to be wide right. And Jaycox makes the catch. Good blocking. He gets out across the 10-yard line where he's tackled, about to the 10-yard line rather, where he's tackled by Tony Jones.
Are these fans coming alive?
Welcome back to the barn. The Barnstormers are on a move, and they're using that home field advantage we saw on that last play by Tampa Bay. The pass went toward the sideline, and the fans were reaching to try and catch the ball, and the Tampa Bay Storm player can't get a chance at it. So a whole new meaning to the word home field advantage here in the barn. Back up to you guys.
Well, of course, everybody that's watched baseball over the years has seen people try and rob home runs, but that's a different one where he's actually on the field of play. First and 10 for Warner, who gets the ball across the field. The catch is made by Harold Jasper across midfield for the first down.
Tell you what, you give Kurt Warner time to throw the football, and he is a dangerous man. I mentioned how he needs to block out everything that has happened in the past, and he is doing just that. He has shown that characteristic all year long, and how about that dart? He just whistled in there to number 24, Harold Jasper. You know, you mentioned the crowd that's come alive in this game and how it's affecting the outcome. You can feel the momentum switching to Iowa here as they drive for a go-ahead score.
26th completion by Kurt Warner. That, too, is an ArenaBowl record. Jaycox in motion left. Warner pump fakes. He's able to buy some time. He gets rid of it. Cooper able to come back to the ball. He cuts across the grain. He's going to get in, it appears. No. No. Tracy Perkins hustles over and is able to knock him out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. But once again, the credit goes to Kurt Warner for buying the necessary time.
The pressure they put on Kurt Warner, this crowd. The pressure is tremendous, but again, if you don't keep contained on this guy, he's going to hurt you. There's nobody out to the outside. They don't contain him. Number 64 is doing everything he can to stop him, Gerald Jeffcoat, but he gets the ball once he gets to Cooper. How about Cooper's will? He does not want to just give in and just run out of bounds. He cuts clear across the field, picks up a block, and it really comes close to picking up a score. Now they got to finish it off. Look for the big fullback up the middle.
There's Moran. Does he get in? He fumbles. And evidently they're going to call it. They're going to call the fumble. It appears that the side judge came over and said they're going to have to mark it down at the 3-yard line. And John Gregory is absolutely beside himself.
I don't know about that. And we may have the vantage point of looking at a replay or watching it from up here. But that is a questionable call here for Tampa. It's a great call. Pushes Iowa back all the way to the 3-yard line. Watches Ron Moran comes into the line of scrimmage. Here he still appears to be up, but his forward progress appears to be down. If that is a loose ball, Iowa is very, very fortunate that the quarterback came up with it.
Jaycox in motion right. He has the slant route to Jasper, but he threw it a little bit too hard. And now a lot of pressure is falling on the shoulders of Iowa. Certainly they're in 4-down territory with the clock running. 1:19.
Goal line here, don't you?
Interesting to hear what Kurt Warner has to tell the troops.
80 goal line, on set, ready?
You're going to have to try and throw it in here. You get to the 1-minute mark here.
This will give him a chance to come over the sidelines if he doesn't get it off before the 1-minute mark. So now he goes over and he and Coach John Gregory can discuss it.
Iowa has 3 timeouts left. Tampa has 3 timeouts left.
What do you like? We don't have much. How about just let Will?
One of the issues here, of course, those of you who are not familiar with Arena League football, in the last 1 minute, not unlike college rules, where the clock will stop now on incompletions and first downs and out-of-bounds plays.
Going to have to try and put this ball in the air. Surprising that the big man, Chris Spencer, is not in with the big height down the goal line.
Cooper in motion right. Warner steps up. He drills a great coverage in the secondary. Tracy Perkins is able to bat that ball down. And now, with the game on the line, 55 seconds remaining, how huge is that call or non-call of the run by Ron Moran on first down?
You want to go 341 or 80 goal line?
He gave him his choice of 2.
Timeout. We're going to call a timeout here.
They want to make a decision between their 80 goal line and 341.
Hey, Willis!
And so as Kurt Warner and Coach John Gregory talk it over, we're going to take a break. Biggest play of the game coming up.
Welcome back for the play of the game in ArenaBowl number 10. The play is an 80 over. Look for the 2 wide receivers on either side of the line to cross and pick. Go for the win. Up to you guys.
Well, that previous play, they really didn't give Kurt Warner very many options. Let's see if this play works out.
Jasper in motion right. He's got some pressure. He steps up. It's batted down. And even if he would have made the completion, it wouldn't have been enough to get in the end zone. Tracy Sanders, man for man with Jaycox. A little pressure right in the face of Kurt Warner. And who would have thought that on the 1-yard line, first and goal, that they couldn't get it in?
And they're going to look back at that. You could see the pressure applied there, and it looked like Sylvester Bembry got in there, number 78. It got to the arm of Kurt Warner as he came through on the release. Really affected the ball as it headed to the wide receivers.
Now with 2 timeouts remaining, it'll be interesting to see the play calling of Tim Markham trying to burn the timeouts. Gets the ball to Stevie Thomas, who wisely cuts back against the grain, does not go out of bounds, gets the first down at the 15-yard line. Boy, does that show a lot of confidence in Jay Gruden.
Not only the confidence in Jay Gruden, but I love Stevie Thomas's decision to fake to the outside and have enough presence of mind to cut back into the inside. It's going to force Iowa to use the timeout, or the clock will run, and it looks like Iowa will call timeout.
One of the things that surprises me there is that they've got to get up and bump coverage. They've got to take a chance here. They can't afford the luxury. If they're going to get beat deep, they're going to get beat deep. 45 seconds remaining in ArenaBowl 10. That is correct. Once again, the confidence that Tim Markham has in Jay Gruden. You've said it all throughout this game. But this is the man that has done the job for them, and once again it appears that he has done what he's had to do. A handoff to McKinnon. He gets the necessary yardage. Those of you that are not familiar, you have to get yardage, or else if you don't, the clock will stop. Now the clock does stop. Iowa forced to burn its last time out. Similar situation as you saw, 1st and goal on the 1-yard line. Last week, 2-point conversion to win the game. The Wranglers opt for the sweep. Rowland stops him. Sylvester Bembry finishes the job, and Tampa able to come out victorious by a count of 55-54. Similar situation here, except the difference was they had 4 chances to get in the end zone, and Iowa couldn't.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is known for their defense inside the 10-yard line. They really tighten it up. They're almost willing to give you yardage once you get to the 10-yard line, and then their tendencies and their keys come into play, and that's what they've been able to do the last 2 weeks.
A look at the past ArenaBowl champions reveals, as you can see, 3 of the last 5 years, the Tampa Bay Storm on the verge of a 4th in 6 years. Hand off to McKinnon. He busts forward, getting enough yardage, and so the clock will continue to run because Iowa has no more timeouts. So all they have to do is get this next snap off, and they are going to be the ArenaBowl 10 champions.
Well, they've done it with a great attitude. Jay Gruden, the quarterback that, as we mentioned, he gets down at certain points in the game, is able to fight back. And many people can say around this league that he may not have the best arm, or he's not the quickest guy, but he wins championships. He is now 4-0 in ArenaBowls, and Tim Markham has gone to 6-2 in ArenaBowls. They both know how to lead football teams.
Well, they opt to let the clock bleed all the way down and take.
Number 7, 3-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Take the penalty, but all Gruden would have to do here, he can't kneel down, is that if he can take the snap and just run around for 3 seconds, as you pointed out, they will be the champions.
Todd, you know, you really have to into a hostile environment. They had never played here in the barn, and to be able to come in here and take the crowd out of the game at a certain points of the game, and to play in this hostile environment, to be able to come away with the win is very, very impressive. Without a doubt, they deserve to be the champions.
Running around, he throws it deep to Stevie Thomas instead. It's incomplete, but it didn't matter. The Tampa Bay Storm are the champions. 1996 ArenaBowl 10. We see Coach John Gregory going out to shake the hand of Tim Markham. 6-2 now in championship games is that man, Tim Markham, who has been in 8 ArenaBowls. 8 years, 8 ArenaBowl finals. Fantastic.
You know, we have seen him the last 2 days, very reserved, very quiet. Crowd 6 inches from his ear, getting in his ear all night long. Him just turning the cheek, looking the other way, and finally the explosion. Look at the energy inside him that has been boiling for the last few days.
Well, the Tampa Bay Storm have proven themselves this evening. Number of times throughout the season, they had games that people questioned as to whether or not they were lucky or good. The reality is that they are good. They are the best team in arena football. Coming up next on ESPN is SportsCenter. The final score here, the Tampa Bay Storm 42, the Iowa Iowa Barnstormers 38. That is the closest game in ArenaBowl championship history. This has been a presentation of ESPN.